So congratulations! You've just been born as a Neanderthal. Forget about Wi-Fi, TikTok, or even a basic toothbrush. Your life is now a cold, damp, and wonderfully dangerous mix of mud, mammoths, and misery. You're officially part of the Homo neanderthalensis Club, a species known for its heavy brow ridges, sturdy frames, and, let's be honest, questionable life choices. First, let's talk about your crib. No cosy nursery here. You're born in a drafty cave, or maybe under a rock overhang, with a floor of dirt and animal skins that smell like they lost a fight with a wet dog. Your parents don't have prenatal vitamins or baby formula. They've got mammoth marrow and a few berries if you're lucky. And forget about medical care. If you're born with any serious defect, or your mum suffers complications, that's pretty much game over. Infant mortality is through the roof. Statistically, there's a good chance you won't even make it to your first birthday. Welcome to the Ice Age. And oh, the weather. Picture yourself swaddled not in soft cotton, but in itchy animal hides, staring out at an endless expanse of snow and wind. It's a climate so brutal that if you're not strong enough to survive it, you become part of the permafrost. There's no central heating, no fire-starting lighters, just a lot of trial, error, and frostbite. If you're lucky, some adult in your group knows how to keep the fire going. If not, you're about to learn the hard way what freezing your butt off really means. Education? Forget about it. Your school is the wilderness. Your teachers, saber-toothed cats and woolly rhinoceroses. You'll learn quickly, or you'll die. The curriculum includes running from predators, napping flint tools without slicing your hand off, and trying not to starve during a long winter. The final exam is surviving past your teenage years. Let's not romanticize Neanderthal life as some simple, natural existence. It's less organic lifestyle and more daily panic attack. Food is a never-ending quest. You're not a farmer. Agriculture won't exist for tens of thousands of years. Instead, you're a full-time hunter-gatherer. That means chasing giant, angry animals with nothing but a spear made from sharpened rock. And even when you catch something, there's no guarantee you'll get to eat it. Your group might fight over the meat, or another predator might take it from you. And don't even start dreaming about hygiene. Baths, soap, toothbrushes, cute little scented candles. Nope. You're basically living as one of nature's dirtiest squatters. You'll smell like smoke, sweat, and whatever you have for lunch, which was probably raw at some point. Parasites? Oh yeah. Lice, fleas, and worms are all part of the package. Your immune system is tough, but it's constantly under siege from whatever microbes are hanging out in that rotting carcass you're butchering. And sure, Neanderthals were strong, stocky bodies built to survive cold climates. But that just means your life is one long CrossFit workout without any of the Instagram bragging rights. Every day is leg day when you're hauling mammoth bones across a frozen tundra. Your gym is the wilderness, your weights are stones and carcasses, and your protein shakes are whatever you can scavenge. So far, life as a Neanderthal is shaping up to be a blend of relentless survival, poor hygiene, and constant cold. And you're just a kid. You've still got puberty to look forward to, a phase where you'll go from cute, grubby child to full-blown prehistoric brute, complete with a unibrow and a smell strong enough to ward off saber-toothed cats. Alright, so you somehow made it past infancy without freezing, starving, or being eaten. Congrats! You're now officially a young Neanderthal, and it's time to dive into your community life. if you can call it that. Picture a tribe, but not the kind with dancing, singing, and epic storytelling around the campfire. No, this is more like 20 to 40 grumpy, underfed relatives stuck together in the world's worst Airbnb, a damp cave. Everyone smells like smoke and sweat, food is scarce, and personal space isn't a concept. Think of it as humanity's first group project, except nobody showers, and the deadline is don't die. Family life is intense. You're expected to pull your weight early on. No lazy childhood here. By the time you're about 6, you're already learning to chip stone tools, skin animals, and maybe even stab something with a spear. Playtime? Sure. If you count pretend hunting with sticks while your parents glare at you for not actually bringing back dinner, childhood innocence isn't exactly a Neanderthal priority. Now let's talk about relationships. Forget flowers, candlelit dinners, or awkward DMs. Courtship in Neanderthal times is, well, let's just say it makes modern dating apps look like heaven. If you're strong, useful, and can drag half a mammoth back to the cave, you've got a shot. If not, enjoy being single until you're clubbed over the head, figuratively or literally, by a rival. Let's be honest, romance is less about love and more about, can you help me not die this winter? And if you think married life is any more glamorous, think again. Your partner is probably missing a few teeth, has permanent frostbite scars, and smells like rancid bear fat. You both spend your days grunting over firewood, arguing about who's hunting tomorrow, and hoping the kids don't wander off and get eaten by hyenas. Ah yes, true love in the Pleistocene. But don't get too attached. Life expectancy for Neanderthals is somewhere between 30 and 40 years. That's it. You're middle-aged by 20 and elderly by 35. If you're still alive by then, you're probably hunched, riddled with arthritis, and missing half your teeth. Imagine chewing on mammoth jerky with gums alone. Not fun. Now, let's spice things up with some neighbours. Neanderthals weren't alone in the world. Homo sapiens, our lovely ancestors, were roaming around too. And let's be real, the encounters weren't exactly warm welcomes. Sometimes you'd trade, sometimes you'd fight, and sometimes, well, let's just say there's a reason modern humans carry a little bit of Neanderthal DNA. Romance, war, and awkward family reunions, all rolled into one. But of course, your main social event isn't chatting up Homo sapiens. It's hunting. Ah yes, the thrilling pastime where one wrong move equals death. A group outing in Neanderthal culture often meant hurling spears at a woolly rhinoceros while praying you don't get gored. If you succeed, great, everyone eats. If you fail, half your group is dead, and the other half is back to eating roots and scraping marrow out of old bones. Not exactly a win-win situation, and when you're not risking your life hunting, you're scavenging. That means fighting vultures and cave lions for scraps of meat from carcasses left behind by bigger predators. Basically, you're nature's unpaid janitor. Imagine crouching in the cold, hacking meat off a half-rotten mammoth corpse while trying not to throw up. That's dinner. To make matters worse, you couldn't even stay genetically isolated. Yep, sapiens didn't just outcompete you, they mated with you. So instead of leaving behind your own thriving species, you left behind a DNA cameo. About 1 to 2% of the average modern human genome comes from you. That's your legacy. A few random genes for things like skin tone and immune system quirks. Not exactly the heroic saga you were hoping for. By about 40,000 years ago, you and your kind were gone. Extinct. Your caves were empty, your fires extinguished, and your bones scattered across Europe and Asia like sad museum exhibits waiting to be discovered. The world barely noticed. Sapiens carried on, building civilizations, inventing smartphones, and making TikToks, while your story was reduced to a punchline about being cavemen. So yes, life as a Neanderthal sucked. You froze, starved, fought, smelled, and finally disappeared. And while modern humans inherited some of your genes, they also inherited your reputation as the dim-witted, grunting brute of prehistory. Not exactly flattering. But hey, look on the bright side. You did leave one lasting mark. Every time someone calls their buddy a Neanderthal for doing something stupid, that's you, immortalized in sarcasm. Your greatest contribution to history is being the insult humanity just couldn't let go of.